going to talk the last anniversary. So, Holly, can you quickly tell us what this is about before we rip into it?
Yep. Very brief summary. It is set upon an island that where many moons ago, two sisters had found a baby who appeared to have been abandoned in its home by its parents,
Hmm.
her parents, as it turns out. And on the island that they live, they do
Scribbly
an
Gum Island, we will say. It's called
thank
Scribbly
you,
Gum
yes,
Island. This is definitely, obviously, in Australia.
it is. They do an annual anniversary finding of the baby. One of the women, as it begins, one of the women has died of natural causes and old age, and
Yeah,
she has somewhat surprisingly left her house on the island to her grandson's. Um, yes, it is her
ex-girlfriend.
grandson's
Yeah,
ex-girlfriend, and the premise from there on is the relationship between the family and the woman who has inherited the house,
oh
the
god.
backstory mystery of what happened to the baby's parents, and how and who everybody is and how they've got to the point in life that they have.
Yeah, yeah.
It is by the woman who wrote Big Little Lies.
Leanne Moriarty.
Thank you. Um, and yeah, it's set in Australia and it's an excellent cast.
Yeah, I think it's based on the book. As she wrote a book. Well, she wrote a book and they
Yes,
turned this into a TV show.
yes.
And yeah, excellent cast. Theresa Palmer, Daniel
You might love.
McDonald. Yeah, yeah. I love Daniel McDonald. Miranda Richardson. Miranda Rich-
Yes.
doing a very kind of like, like lived in Australian accent, which I'm kind of like, I was like, it made me think, has she lived in Australia? Does she live in Australia? Because it was very kind of, it wasn't like, someone go, oh, good eye, mate. It wasn't one of those. It was very, very subtle and very kind of like, you could just believe that this woman has lived on this island for, well, I don't know, 70 years or something like that. So, yes. And I think I sent a message to you saying that it took me ages to finish watching this, and I was stuck 2 episodes from the end because every character in this is stupid. and, and I
There is
stick
there
by
is a
that.
theme in this episode. We have a lot of stupid people in
No, no. I
things
mean,
we watch.
it's one of these things where I looked at it and it's kind of like you just go like remember Where Did You Go, Bernadette? That was a film that you reviewed a
Yeah.
while back, and it was based on a book. And after watching the film, I went to read the book and I realized that they cut stuff out of the book and they changed things to make it more palatable for film. And I just keep getting the feeling that if this book was worthy of being adapted, they must have changed some stuff. They must have removed things because they were. I think it's too long. It's 6 episodes. At 6 episodes is too long. There is not enough story to fill 6 episodes of this thing. I figured out what the big
Yeah.
mystery was by episode 3. I mean, it's kind of for me. It's kind of telegraphed about the parenthood of essentially this is a whole one big family. They all live on the island. This person has been left this house, and it's all kind of blah 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 going on. There's half the stuff in half of the stuff that happens in this show I think does not matter. Doesn't actually have any impact on proceedings in the end. And it's like, oh yeah, does the grandson still have a flame for his ex? Guess what? Guess what? Because it's such a small world, it just so happens that she happens to have had a dalliance in Thailand with the husband of somebody else who lives on the island, but years ago when they were kids. Oh yeah, guess what? And it's just kind of like at the end, I'm just kind of like, I don't care. I don't care. And by the time they start doing all the reveals and going, ooh, guess who? Look who's this? Look who's that? I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care. Just finish so I can review you on the podcast and I can tell Holly I've fulfilled all righteousness and I watched this damn thing. Well, sorry, Holly, you.
I agree with all of that, though I enjoyed watching it, even though the characters are all incredibly irritating.
Oh, so
All of
irritating.
them
Oh,
really
so
annoying people.
not
Um,
one, not to redeem anybody in this thing.
no, no, everyone is a walking bundle of character flaws. Though maybe that's no bad thing because most of us are. Um,
It's the melodrama though that I don't like.
it
It's
is.
just so melodramatic.
It's a little bit. It's almost a little bit soap opera-esque.
It is 100% that.
So, and I enjoyed watching it, and I binged it over about 2 days. But I think I needed to binge it over about 2 days because if I tried to drag it out for any longer than that, I'd probably have forgotten to go back to it.
Hmm.
Um, but I was, but I enjoyed it. It was nonsense. But, there's nothing wrong with nonsense. It has its place.
It has its place, and that is not in my watch list. So how many
Yeah.
stars? How many stars would you give it?
I will give it a 3.
Okay, cool. I unfortunately would give it a 2 because, yeah, I would give it a 2 because I just thought dumb, 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 so dumb.